My in-laws tried to take custody of my daughter after my husband died, filed false CPS reports, and showed up with lawyers demanding I sign over my child. So I gave them a fake DNA test. My husband Joshua died in a car accident when our daughter Lily was 4 years old. It was devastating and sudden, and I was barely functioning those first few weeks. Joshua's parents, Harold and June, showed up for the funeral acting supportive, but something felt off. They kept referring to Lily as their baby and saying things like now she was all they had left of Joshua. They took hundreds of photos of just Lily without me in them. June kept trying to take Lily to the bathroom alone, and Harold measured her height against the doorframe like they were documenting something. 2 weeks after the funeral, they showed up with a lawyer named Francis who handed me custody paperwork. They were seeking full custody of Lily, claiming I was an unfit mother consumed by grief. The paperwork said I'd been neglecting Lily, and they had proof. The proof was photos of me crying at the grocery store while Lily played on my phone. Photos of our messy house taken during the reception after Joshua's funeral. A statement from June saying I'd left Lily alone with them for 3 hours the day after Joshua died when I was at the funeral home. They'd been building a case since the moment Joshua died. Harold said Lily belonged with blood family, and I was just the incubator. June said Joshua would want his daughter raised by people who truly loved him, implying I didn't. Francis said if I cooperated and signed over custody, they'd let me visit Lily once a month supervised. If I fought them, they'd make sure I never saw her again. They actually thought I'd just hand over my daughter because they demanded it. I told them to get out, and June said they'd already filed with the court, and I'd be hearing from Child Services. She was right. 2 days later, Child Protective Services showed up for a wellness check. Harold and June had called claiming I was drunk and Lily was in danger. The social worker found me stone sober playing puzzles with Lily in our clean living room, but they kept calling. Every few days, another complaint. I was on drugs. Lily had bruises. There were strange men coming and going. Each investigation found nothing, but it was exhausting and humiliating. Harold and June would show up during these visits, acting concerned and offering to take Lily for her safety. The custody hearing was set for 6 weeks later. Harold and June hired 3 lawyers and a private investigator who followed me everywhere. They'd show up at Lily's preschool telling the staff they were the emergency contacts now. They told the pediatrician I was unstable and shouldn't make medical decisions. They told our neighbors they were moving Lily in with them soon for her well-being. They even started redecorating Joshua's old room in their house as Lily's new princess room and showed people photos like it was decided. That's when I decided to play dirty. I started dropping hints that Joshua might not be Lily's biological father. Nothing direct, just comments about being grateful Harold and June still wanted a relationship despite everything. When June asked what I meant, I'd change the subject and look guilty. I had my friend Rose call Harold pretending to be from a DNA testing company confirming his appointment. Harold had never made an appointment but suddenly became obsessed with the idea. I left a pamphlet about paternity testing on my kitchen counter when they came to visit. I made sure they saw me quickly hide it, but not fast enough. June confronted me demanding to know what I was hiding. I started crying and said Joshua and I had been having problems before Lily was born, but I'd never been sure, and Joshua said it didn't matter because he loved her anyway. This was completely false. Joshua was absolutely Lily's father, and we'd been happy, but Harold and June didn't know that. They demanded a DNA test immediately. I acted reluctant, but agreed if they'd drop the custody case. They were so confident Lily was Joshua's that they agreed. I scheduled the test at a clinic my friend's husband owned. He was happy to help after hearing what they'd done. The day of the test, Harold and June brought their whole family to witness what they thought would be their victory. We all gave samples and waited for the rushed results. My friend's husband delivered the news personally that Lily was definitely not related to Harold and June. The test was fake, but the paperwork looked perfect. Harold accused me of cheating, and June called me horrible names in front of their entire family. I acted shocked and said I was just as surprised as them. Their lawyer Francis said the custody case was over since they had no biological claim. Harold and June went insane. Full story on channel. Link below.